Hello everybody and thank you for watching today's video. If you happen to learn anything, make sure you throw a like and subscribe for an upload every single day in regards to Pokemon card investing and collecting, and as well as the overall market as a whole. Today we are going to talk about the Pokemon, I guess, the hype, the boom, what is going on right now. Is it going to last? And if so, how long is it going to last? Okay, I'm going to answer this like immediately. And I'm just going to say, yes, I think that this boom, this hype, what is drawing demand and causing supply to not be on store shelves and in stock on online retailers, I think that the hype is going to last for a very long time. It might even be permanent from here. It might go down a little bit, but I really think that this hype, this boom, this trend is going to continue. Pokemon is something that has been a part of pretty much everybody's life since the 90s. There's always been a new generation, there's always been either a game, an app, the cards, plushies, memes, anything. There is always some sort of social and cultural relevance with Pokemon. And I really think that this is not just some sort of limited time frame hype or boom kind of card market. I think that this is something that is here to stay for many years to come. Reasons why I say this is one, because, like I said before, there's always been some sort of cultural relevance in each era for Pokemon in people's lives. We had the Pikachu surprise meme that was pretty fairly recent within the few years. Pokemon Go was an extremely popular app that affected a lot of people. The Pokemon games for Game Boy, whenever those came out, were they had a chokehold on people's childhoods. The show, whenever it first came out, was something that just blew the imaginations of children everywhere. There was controversy over time with, say, news reports calling Pokemon demonic by churches and other religious groups. Pokemon has had a very culturally relevant history in so many people's lives. And if you were to take all of those exposure points from the past, you have something that is nostalgic to people. You have something that people may want to collect, something that people recognize. And that is bringing people back to their childhood, which is an overall good feeling, which people want to have good feelings. They want to, relive memories and have just, positive outlooks on things. They want to collect, they want to have things in their possession. So, Pokemon card investing and collecting is right now at an all time high, and I think it will continue to grow as people age, get more money, get reasons to spend that money on things that they enjoy. You have to think the Pokemon card community does continue to grow with a younger audience, but the audience that is there continues to get older and they break new tax brackets and they are willing to buy certain items. It's kind of like a cycle that doesn't end. It's just snowballing bigger and bigger as the years go on. Whenever this hobby first started, it was the demographic was primarily younger people, children, teenagers, that kind of thing. But as the years went on, as the exposure continued and people had memories attached to these products, these cards, the shows, anything like that, then it kind of continues that exposure to their children, their relatives, siblings, friends. It's just kind of like a word of mouth snowball effect that continues to get bigger and bigger. And the demographic nowadays, I would say, I actually looked up the statistic. 1 in 5 Pokemon collectors is an adult right now. So the amount of people from past generations, from previous Pokemon exposures, are getting back into the hobby, are learning about the newer Pokemon. They're trying to relive those memories, get that childhood back, get that nostalgia back. The demographic is changing to a more money centric kind of hobby. Of course, there is your collecting aspects, but there's money involved in that. People are going to want to get certain cards and they're willing to pay certain prices for these cards. People are going to want certain products and they're going to want and be able to spend this certain amount on these products. You have to think back then it was primarily children asking their parents for 20, $30 so they can get some packs or a tin or something like that. But nowadays, you have the adults who want these products willing to pay higher prices to get them. Now, whether they get these products for holding sealed, for investing purposes, for ripping open themselves, or for making their children happy, there's just many more reasons for Pokemon products on store shelves to be bought up than to not, especially if we are going based off of the past of reasons why they were getting bought off of shelves, which is primarily for kids to open, to have a card game to play competitively or on a playground. Now there is another level. There is a investing, collecting, and then there is the video, not the video, but the card game aspect. And then there is the ripping open packs aspect. So you added another category to a hobby that didn't need more reasons to be bought already, but now has another reason to be bought. So I really do think that the Pokemon card market, the investing space, the hobby, the not even hobby, just the whole cultural relevance that it has is going to stay around for so many more years because there's going to be more Pokemon that are created. There's going to be more video games that are made for Nintendo products. Nintendo itself is already a very big company, and the fact that Pokemon is on Nintendo's side is just propelling it to higher and higher levels each and every time they do something new. There's always going to be new Pokemon card sets that come out. There's always going to be new products like plushies, like keychains, like posters, anything like that. There is multiple merch opportunities for Pokemon to continue to grow. The show is most likely going to continue to be made. There's just so many points of exposure for this brand and these products that I do not see it dying down anytime soon. Now, to combat like a insane market aftermarket, I should say, that is going on right now, they would have to increase their supply. Now, I don't think that that's going to affect the demand too much because as we see right now with Prismatic and Surging Sparks ETBs being released by Costco's and Sam's Clubs from the restocks online, everything is still getting sold out. So even with increased supply, the demand is still there for many reasons in those different categories that I said earlier: collecting, investing, opening, and playing. So it's really just a time will tell kind of situation. We don't know what the future has in store, but from what we can see right now, an increased supply is not going to disrupt the demand that is growing every single year. So, with that being said, that's pretty much everything for today's video. Like I said earlier, thank you for watching. If you learned anything from today's video, make sure you throw a like, and I do upload every single day. Make sure you subscribe to stay updated with that. I did miss yesterday, so be prepared for a weekend video. Thank you guys for watching again, and have an awesome, awesome day. And I have not mention this recently, but if you check in the description, there is a link to PokeNotify, a 3-day trial, so you could have a better opportunity to get Pokemon cards for retail price online and in stores. This is what I use personally. They were kind enough to give me an affiliate code, so if you guys are interested, you can check it out down below.